This tutorial is about information for filing income taxes or income tax returns, and this tutorial is created from the perspective of being an employee in the province of Ontario, Canada. So if you're from another country, this could be quite different. It might be similar, but it could be quite different. If you're simply from a different province or territory in Canada, the only difference is the provincial amount here and form. So it might say Manitoba or BC or Newfoundland and Labrador, or wherever you're from. And you fill these out and this is the federal form here on the right. These forms are supposed to be filled out in the first 3 days of employment. That's the time you're within the first 3 days you're supposed to tell your employer what your social insurance number is. That's what SIN stands for. And so in the form here, that's where you put your social insurance number. If you have an employee number, your date of birth, your last name, your first name and initials, your address, your postal code. And so the basic personal amount for Ontario, provincial amount, is $10,171. And a lot of these numbers here, you only fill them out if they apply to you. So age amount, if you're not 65 or older, then there's no age amount. Pension amount is only if you have a pension. The tuition amount is only if you have tuition. So disability amount is only if you have a disability. So you only fill out the parts that apply to you, and if nothing does, then you would just carry that $10,171 down here. And similar for the federal one, the basic personal amount is a little bit different. Not a lot, about $1,500 approximately. So you fill out the values that apply to you, and if none do, then, or if some do, you add those up and put the total here. And so if none do, then this $11,635 would come right down here. Couple of forms. The one on the left here, the General Income Tax and Benefit Guide, and I'm making this in early 2017, so that's why it says 2016. That's the 2016 income tax year. We'd be filing income tax forms from as of right now. So at tax time, and this explains how to complete a tax return. So a lot of what you need to know is in this guide. This is one of the main forms you get. Your employer is supposed to give you your T4 by the end of February. And so you should normally be getting this in the month of February, and you have until the end of April to file your income tax return. So a little bit about the T4, and here's the same T4. This is all fictitious. I made all of this up, so we're just a few questions about the T4. And it says Statement of Remuneration Paid, so that means it's a statement of all the earnings and deductions that your employer or you have from that employment income. So it's an official document your employer gives to you. So you're asked to answer each of the following questions regarding this T4 slip. So it says, who is this employee? And the employee would be this, now that's the first name, this is the last name, so it's not Christian Bethany, it'd be Bethany Christian. And you can put the middle initial W if you want, Bethany W Christian. That's the employee. What's their social insurance number? Well, there's the social insurance number right there, 424-748-386. What was her employment income? So employment income is this box 14 here. So she made $13,495.12. How much income tax was deducted from her pay? Income tax deducted is what's in box 22. That's $833.42. How much Canada Pension Plan amount was deducted from her pay? So Canada Pension Plan is this in box 16 here, the $397.42. And last, how much EI? EI stands for Employment Insurance. And so that would be $273.55. And employment insurance just stands for, well, employment insurance is a fund employees pay into so that if you lose your job, you have some income for a little while until you get another job. It doesn't last for years. It usually lasts for several months. There's other amounts. Tier 2, RPP stands for Registered Pension Plan. This is the union dues box, and there could be other values as well. So that's the end of the tutorial.